Hi there, it's Kaya from kajcyika.crafts, and today we will make this adorable and simple slider card. First we need our images, and as you can see I already prepared the slider element, so this is from MFT, and I just took my multimedia mat and I placed it there because we need to wait for glue to be totally dry so it won't move or anything when we start positioning our slider. So I will just put it aside and take my watercolor paper, that's one from Derwent. It's smooth and perfect for working with zigs. So I will just stamp this cute penguin with cocktail in his hand and we will start coloring. As you can see, I already prepared the colors I will use. First I will go in with gray and color my penguin. And this is really a dark color and I will try to make shadows where they would be in real life. So you will see I will put my marker down where I want my darkest color to be. So for example, I will do it at the bottom and under his arm. So I will move on and just blend it out with my water brush. You can also use a normal brush and just dip it in water and you will do just fine. Then the next color I will use is light gray and I will make his belly white with just some light gray shadows. So you will see that I will quickly finish this off and I will just use my other colors. This one was beige, this one is deep green, and then I will move on to the cobalt blue. I will just color in his cocktail too, and since this is really a small image it will be colored really quickly. So just the finishing touches and that's it, we will move on. As you can see I have a paper that's also watercolor paper and I will just color it in with my zigs again. I will use exactly the same colors and I will add this one, this is mid brown, and I will just put it some on my paper. I'm using the same paper as earlier, so the one watercolor paper, and I will use these three colors and you can see that beige and this blue color are actually mixing to that green color that we also have. So I will just use my water brush again to blend it out, and as you can see this is actually starting to look like ground and then the sky. So I will just blend it out so I will have this nice effect, and I will just use some white acrylic paint and I will make some splatters so it will have a bit more interest. I just went ahead and cut this down with my trimmer to 6 stripes, and as you can see I want to make this one a slider, so I will take my slider die, this is actually from fawn, and I will position it where I want it to be and I will secure it with my washes so it won't move when I put it through my C6 Big Shot. So here you can see how it looks like, and I will just start positioning. So you can see I will position my slider mechanism there, and then I will use again my multimedia mat and I will use this another circle and put it on top. This is actually also from MFT, from Pierced Circles, so I'm using quite a few MFT products today. And now I decided this top piece was just too bright and too white, so I decided I will have only 5 stripes. So I will just cut the edges so it will be a bit more interesting. And you will see, first I was thinking that I will make every single strip the same way, but then I figure out, since I'm just cutting it with my hand, that I didn't do quite a good job, so I will just went in again and I will just make some of the strips longer and some of them shorter, so you will see. Here I will just take this one and cut it a bit more, and so it won't be so symmetrical, I will just use another one and do exactly the same. So we will have our penguin sliding there, and you can use this part, but you will see I won't. I will just first prepare my stripes. So you can see that I already put my foam rectangles behind it. And I will cut some down to fit this part with a slider. Now, the last thing we have to do is to make this one, so the one that has a slider. And I don't want the white to show, so I will just make another panel with the same color as earlier, so I will use the beige color, and I will just position it under this. So you will see me now, I will start from the middle because that's how it's the easier for me, so I know that I center it. So I will just glue this down so you can see how it will look like, and I will just take this off, and while you're applying those foam squares or dots or whatever with foam on your slider mechanism, you have to know that your slider has to move, so you should left a bit of the space for the slider mechanism to actually work. That's why you saw me just make little strips, and here you can see that I used the whole square or the whole rectangle. So I will just move along and finish this up, and I will glue everything together. And of course, this will be the time when I will actually glue my penguin on that circle, so it will be the slider. So I will just put it aside to dry because it's glue and it's liquid glue, and you just have to leave it some time. Now you can see that I already took some of the stems from the same set, from the penguin set, and I will just make some more accessories for our card so it won't be so boring. So I just choose these three, and I will actually use just the flowers in the end, so I will just show you the coloring of the flowers. So I won't do anything special since again this is really a small image. I will just put some color in the center, and then I will blend it out with my brush again. And you will see I will just add some more, and for even more interest you will see me that I will add deep green to the center, and this will actually make our flowers pop. It will be beautiful. So I already fuzzy cut it out, and as you can see I was still thinking if I will use the ball and everything, but in the end I decided not to. So I will just move my flowers to the where I want them to be, and I will take my sentiment. I will use these cheers from the same set, and I was thinking where to put it, and since I already glue it down, it would be a bit too much and probably wouldn't stamp okay if I just go ahead and stamped it on my panel that I already have on there. So I just decided to put it on my white paper, so I just took it and stamped it, and as you can see I made a strip and just glue it to the bottom layer. I will tape these flowers down with my double-sided tape, and that will almost finish up the card. The last thing will be to round the corners, and that's it. You can see how our slider is doing, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and see you soon. Bye bye!